welcome back. So here you have to be careful. There are shooters up top as here, and if you get too close, all the three will be triggered. You gotta make sure that you deal with them one by one instead of rushing in. There is one of those cannon guys. One of those big axemen. There he comes. Yep. It's either best to hide away and deal with them one by one, or move behind so that one of them is an easy target. Yeah, that's what they are gonna kill those umbrella enemies, so you have to be careful not to move too much, and beside that there is a fire monk. We want to be careful about that as well. So there are plenty of enemies here, a lot of enemies here for a deal. It's definitely a one by one. We're using living weapon, but that could definitely work here because you got so many enemies. That means that you, and they are fairly low level in health, so that means you can easily kill tons of them and keep on getting your living weapon. Over and over again. That works. Now, when you enter here, it's very important that you are seeing the platform-like structure on the right. It's very important that you clear it of the archer who is stationed there before you enter this area to fight. Because once you take down this guy on your door, one Honoroki will be coming in, and that Honoroki will cause a problem because he's fast in this area. He's a bit slow, and that shooter will also start shooting at you, which will cause additional problem because they need to keep on moving away to enemies at the same time. And when around half of its life, Honoroki's life is over, another shooter will come, and he will also start to use the same platform. And when the Honoroki's life is around 10-15%, one of those big guys will come. Now Hagi will also come. It should cause an additional problem. See, there's the shooter there. He saw me and he's shooting at me here. So that was my mistake here. That if I had learned about killed him beforehand, it would have made the first part of the fight a bit easier and how to use mixers and whatnot. And it's important that you keep on distracting him as well. Throw him off your scent here and run towards that area. You'll be able to shoot him. Otherwise, he will be shooting you wherever he can. That will cause trouble for you. And that is the gist of this mission mostly. You gotta time yourself in a way that you can use some time to shoot the guys. Now, in this one, we will be dealing with the boss. What is his name? Yes, that is Shigezane. He is easy. He's personally easy boss. He's just lucky. The point of this boss is basically it's like you gotta maintain your distance, learn his move, and do not get greedy. That's all there is to this boss. He didn't have any special thing that he would randomly put out other than his fucking centipede that would instantly kill you. And so what you gotta do here is learn the move. It's either 2 or 3 combos, his usual 4 combos, and attack him. Do not try to decrease his speed. It's better to keep on attacking him. Because if he decreases ki, there is a high chance that he will use the centipede attack in his other form. That is gonna fuck you over unless you have, elemental damage reduction with you. Now some one of those sake like drinks. You gotta take one of those things to decrease elemental damage. That's the only way you can dodge it or, have such a huge fucking distance between you and him. And to run like a fucking madman to deal with it. But that's the base of which this fight. Learn the moves. Do not get greedy. And stay the fuck away. That's it. That's all there is to this fight.
覚悟あっぱれながら新たまとなり果て
Well, I hope you enjoyed it, and we will continue in the next video.